Welcome back. I'd like to give you fair warning that I'm going to show you part of a report by Four Corners from earlier this year that contains pretty disturbing footage which was from the helmet cameras of Australian soldiers in Afghanistan. I'd like to also offer you another option where if you do not wish to see this footage, if you go to this video by Hardcore Lime, he does a good job of describing what's just about to come on screen.
The helmet camera footage you're seeing is from the SAS patrol dog handler, and what you will see next could result in charges of war crimes. The dog handler heads out into the lead with the patrol scout, who we'll call Soldier C.
Hey, Sam's over there.
They are being guided by the two Black Hawks ahead, whose crew have spotted a man in a field.
Wait, here.
The dog, named Quake, is then let off the leash.
Quake, come! Lieutenant Boddicker! Quake, down!
The dog handler's gun is trained on a figure in the distance, who drops down into the field. At the field, the dog handler and Soldier C come across a young man amongst the wheat, who's trying to fight off Quake.
Quake! Leave! Quake!
In the man's hand appears to be a set of red prayer beads. No weapon or radio can be seen. The Afghan is compliant and quiet on the ground.
Down!
As the dog is called off, Soldier C trains his weapon on the Afghan from very close range. He then turns to the dog handler.
I don't know, mate. Drop this cunt! Quake, no! Quake! Stop! Leave! Quake! Leave! Heal.
3 shots from close range. The Afghan is dead, and Soldier C walks off.
No! Heal!
The whole thing, from landing to killing, takes less than 3 minutes.
Heal! Heal!
People can now join the Australian military that were born in the same year as us first going to Afghanistan. Now let's go to a couple of comments from the Australian Prime Minister, shall we?
It is truly repugnant. It is deeply offensive, deplorable behaviour.
Now, if you thought those comments were about the actions of Australian soldiers, you would be mistaken, because those comments were directed at Chinese officials who tweeted about the actions of Australian soldiers.
You know which one of these cunts are sus and which one not?
Yeah, get the fuck in.
We try and say that we're there to help and, you know, the Taliban are bad.
Fucking hell. I think I was a bit in the open there.
But if we go in and we start destroying infrastructure or destroying their private vehicles and burning down their homes, it doesn't really send the right message.
And back to you for a stunts.
We're in fucking Mogadishu. Fucking smoke.
There's definitely a buzz of elitism.
Rosa! For fuck's sake!
Kick the shit out of that cunt.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up!
And often they'd read out the numbers of how many cars they'd blown up, or dogs they'd shot was another one. They were pretty quick to shoot dogs.
No, get him.
I did see them shoot dogs that were tied on chains, which were clearly not a threat.
Directly to your front, 2 guys moving right to left, behind the wall!
It's definitely affected me, because you try to look back at your career as try and be proud of it, but then you've got all these incidents, and you know, you see yourself as part of the bad guys.
As an Australian, I am deeply ashamed. I can't stop thinking about how many innocent people in Afghanistan must have been killed like this. And this is another one of those times where I really recommend you watch the video by Hardcore Lime, because everything he says is pretty much what I would say. It's kind of why I didn't make a video about this earlier. And last few things, if there's any Australians that care to go check out the petition I added below, I've also included a link for openarms.gov.au, which is counselling for veterans and their families. You can call them 1-800-011-046, and I also included a link for Safe Zone support, and you can call them on 1-800-142-072, and that is free anonymous counselling for currently serving ADF personnel, veterans and their families.